differently. Real life, no pretending. Every season, every moment, we're choosing how we live it. Created on purpose. We talk it out, we grow through it. Take a breath, lean into it. Let's live life.
Hey, it's Candy J. Welcome back to Curated on Purpose, the podcast where intention meets authenticity. This is a space for real conversation about mindset, growth, faith, money, and the moves we make on purpose. Please don't forget to follow and subscribe on our Spotify and our YouTube channel. We want to be able to reach out to other listeners and more listeners. So let's get comfortable, lean in, and let's have a real conversation. Today's guest is Steven Coffman. He is the owner of Soul and Roses right here in Lexington, Kentucky. Steven is truly a beacon of light in the community, a motivator, a creative entrepreneur, and someone who is consistently showing up for others to support and uplift. His presence encourages people to believe in themselves, push forward, and keep going even when the journey isn't easy. He carries a powerful testimony, one that only he can tell, shaped by real life experiences, resilience, and growth. Through Soul and Roses, Steve has created more than just a business. He created a space rooted in purpose, expression, and in hope. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
What's up, Candace? How you doing?
I am doing well. So, Steve, I've shared a little bit about your story of who you are and the impact that you've had, but I really want our listeners to hear from you, your story. So let's get it started. So in your own words, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what shaped the journey that led you to Soul and Roses. Take your time. This is your space, just to tell your story.
All right. Well, thank you, Candace, for having me on. Thank you for the opportunity. I love the name. Yeah, so just an old man now. I'm from Danville, Kentucky. Lived there till I was about like 8 years old. Then we came to Lexington and got closer to my family because we had family there, but my grandparents and my aunties and uncles was here. And so it's wild how we look back over things. And I was being poured into by my grandmother with fashion, and I didn't even know it. So fast forward, jumped around from different schools. Went to probably about four different elementary schools, 2 middle schools. Didn't graduate high school. A father, husband, got 7 children. And so for a while, I worked in retail. I sold sneakers for a little bit, and then once I departed from selling sneakers, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with myself. And so one thing, like I know, like a lot of men and I'm gonna say men, we struggle with identity. I always wanted to do denim, and I wanted to do Japanese denim, but it was going to be hard to do Japanese denim from Lexington, Kentucky. And so I took denim classes in New York and LA, trying to source and learn how to do denim, and I just couldn't really get it off the ground. So I'm like, what do I want to do with myself? Because I really don't want to work, but I want to do this fashion thing. I've always wanted to have my own brand. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I can sell T-shirts. Okay. And little do I know, I started off, my first T-shirt, I had bought a Cricut machine. And so I got a Cricut, and then I got a printer, and but my first T-shirt I made, it was called it was like a Life's Fishing Man, Life's, I think it was, what's this? Life's Fishing Manual, and it was the Bible. And so that was my very first shirt I ever made. Shout out to my man, Pastor Jason Harris, for buying it. That it was a great concept, but it was a terrible design and everything. But I appreciate my man Jason for pouring into me and buying my first shirt. But just with making T-shirts just to try to fund this denim. I haven't really even got back to the denim yet, but started it during COVID, and here we are today with probably, I don't even know the amount of clothes that's been sold, but in 4 years, let's just say we probably did about $800,000 in sales in 4 years.
Yeah, I believe you because guess what? When I go through my t-shirts or if I go through my sweatshirts, I promise you, no joke, 95% of them are Soul and Roses. Seriously.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
so,
believe.
I mean, I can stand up right here, right now, a basket of clothes with t-shirts in them. And I can tell you, there will be a Soul and Roses around. I see another one. Like, it's bad. It's real bad. Hey, listen. Hey, we rock with Soul and Roses hard. Still will. Always will. Right now, with Soul and Roses, I know that you're not in a store, but I know you're still working and you're still rocking. And we're proud of you. We love you. We love the concept. We loved it really. I think that people don't understand what Soul and Roses is, and I've heard you several times try to break it down for people. But really, I think it really what it does, it opens up a conversation. It's a great
Absolutely.
conversation piece.
Yeah.
And
I try
so,
to take all the clothes and make them as conversation piece. And the big thing with the Soul and Roses, let me break it down for your audience and for those that don't know. So I started off back in 2000, and I want to say 18. I had a brand called Jesus Pusher, and so the Pusher was an acronym for when you get with Jesus, He promises understanding, salvation, hope, and acceptance. So, but everybody was like, Steven, we love what you got going on, but what about those that don't really go to church and believe in Jesus, and we feel like you're pushing Jesus on us? And I had to think about it. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna be radical because I used to be outside, so if I was radical outside, I'm gonna be radical with Jesus. And so I had to realize that Jesus doesn't push himself on us; He gives us a choice. So then I changed the brand to Pray Daily, and I was just like, okay, well, yeah, it's cool, but the name's all right. But I'm like, it's still kind of churchy. And I remember forgetting one of my guys who's like, Steve, you don't really want to box yourself in. What God has for you, He has for you.
that's true.
And he was like, you can still do Jesus, but do it in the form of a parable, like the Bible. So I'm like, okay. So during COVID, I always wanted to take the scripture and turn it into a graphic tee. And so to display the word on how I read it, right, with a little urban twist. So during COVID, I was looking at a graphic tee and I seen an old Guns N' Roses tee. And I was like, Guns N' Roses, Guns N' Roses, before I even did my research. And I'm like, you know what? Guns do bring roses, but that ain't even why the band Guns N' Roses together. It was I think it was I think I may be wrong, but I think it was Axl Rose, and it was a band he got with a band called Guns or something, and that's formed Guns N' Roses. I may have it a little twisted, but anyways, long story short, so I seen it, and then I was like just thinking, and then I'm like, man, I need to change his name, and I asked God to give me something, and it just dropped in my spirit, soul, and I was like, you know what? I was like, okay, now I got to figure out some scripture that supports it. So I was like, okay, all right. I went and did my homework. Shout out to my man Goldmouth because he was like, okay, I understand what you had with Jesus pushing. He was like, but bro, you got to come up with something with the meaning of Soul and Roses. You just can't change it to Soul and Roses. I was like, okay, all right. So let me get in my bag. So I was reading and I was looking at I don't know the scripture, but it was like was one of Jesus had two commandments: love your neighbor as you love yourself, and I can't think of the other one. But anyways, he had two commandments. So I'm like, okay, Soul and Roses. So guns bring roses with violence. So love your neighbor as you love yourself. In our communities, guns bring roses with the violence. So long as you get the word of God deep down inside of you, your soul will become a rose for somebody else. So I'm like, okay, that's it right there. So we're gonna run with the Soul and Roses. So then I put it out there, and people was like, Guns N' Roses, Guns N' Roses. Nah, it's Soul and Roses. So it's catchy. It's catchy. And then what I did was I wanted to use the color palette of Gucci for the luxury feel, but I wanted the brand to be affordable. And so back to the whole root of everything. So my first shirt design was Pray for the Haters. And that's Matthew 5:44, love your enemies and pray for those that persecute you. So when people see pray for the haters, they like, okay, yeah, I got to pray for my haters or whatever. It's like, that's catchy. And then, like you said, everything's a conversation piece.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I try to do is a conversation piece.
Yeah. I mean, because pray for thy haters, I mean, that one right there, I can be anywhere. And they're like, oh, I like that. I mean, everyone loves that one. Or it's the, if it's not the pray for our haters, it's, was it Jesus loves you?
Yes, Jesus loves you, or God, or
Trust God. Mm-hmm.
yeah, or I want to thank you, Heavenly Father.
Exactly. And so you may not even have a conversation with someone usually, but they see your shirt and be like, I really do love that shirt. And so if I could say anything to you, I'd say keep going, keep pushing, because Solar Roses is still up and on the move. Definitely one of my, I mean, I told you, I mean, my closet is still packed with Solar Roses, and I want to continue that. Solar Roses, not only do we take it just as a brand, but if it's a special day, I want to put my Soul and Roses fit on. Up, we going down to the roots. Where's my Soul and Roses shirt at? Up, we going to Jamaica. We got to get us a Soul and Roses shirt. So wherever we go, we try to support Soul and Roses, because not only we love you, we love the meaning behind the brand. I was just saying that I remember meeting you in the kiosk in Fayette Mall. And first my husband was buying his own stuff, and then I had to jump on and say, hey, if you buying you something, you got to give me something. And that's the Soul and Roses rule. So ladies, if you're here, or gentlemen, and you're here, hey, don't you buy one unless you're buying her one. Okay? So that to me is just the way, buy one, get one. You got to give two. You got to get two of everything. So what were you going to say, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I remember during the kiosk days, Drew was trying to sneak in there, and I'd be like, boy, you know you got to get Candace one. And he'd be like, shh. Like he gonna walk in the house and hide it. Yeah.
You're gonna have to come back and get one. You're like, what? Oh, I think you got to go back because you left something.
Yeah.
It belongs to me. So yeah, so that is awesome. So the next part to transition to this conversation, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a sentence. I want you to finish it with whatever comes to your mind. No overthinking, just truth. There's no right or wrong answers here, just your story, your perspective, and lessons that have shaped you. So let's get into it. So the first, finish the sentence, I would say is, I became the person I am today because
my children. I had to make some big decisions with my children. When I met my wife, she had two girls. I had kids going to be going to college, and so I had to make decisions to be here for them, and to be a better person. And not only that, like, it's wild with I didn't grow up with a father. I just met my father 2 years ago.
wow.
The first time. And so my girls, they didn't have their fathers in their lives, and so I had to learn how to be a father to them. And then I also have a daughter in Houston, and so, you know, having that long distance relationship and just trying to be the right man for them, for the girls, and be the right man for my boys, not having different women coming in out of their lives, and to show them the structure of a marriage and what a healthy black family looks like, and just to be there to support my wife and everything. So the kids is the answer.
All right. Shout out to Nakia. Yes. So definitely that's important. It's a blessing to say that about your children and about your family, and how, you know, having a man in the household is so important. Mothers can't be fathers, and fathers can't be mothers. We have roles for a reason. But definitely I appreciate that one, because it's important to show examples. You may not have grew up with the example, but sometimes it's more important to be the example. So the next one would be, you were kind of touching on it, so I said we'll do that one. So the next one would be, if I could speak to my younger self, I would say,
put a condom on, go see the world. take risk. Don't let nobody hold you back. Travel, backpack, be adventurous, learn new things, meet people. Don't be standoffish, and just move. Like just move. Like try to touch New York. 18 to 21-year-old Steven, touch New York, touch DC, touch Georgia, touch Miami, Las Vegas, Houston, California, Oregon, and then go to Europe. You know, go to Italy. You know, chase your dream, chase your dream, chase your dream, chase your dream.
Wow, wow. Your younger self, wow. Well, my younger self, I wouldn't say put a condom on. That would be my first start, but
Well, I'm not saying. I'm not saying
I
that
know,
it's
I
not.
think that's amazing. That's amazing. The transparency, we need that because really it's the truth. You said the condom because guess what? You probably wouldn't have as many kids as early. I'm sure
Yes,
you're happy
by
about all
multiple
of your
women,
children.
by multiple women.
Okay. It's fair. It's fair. Um, so myself,
Hmm.
um, I would tell my younger self that love can wait. It
Hmm.
will be there. Um,
Hmm.
get your degree. I would
Hmm.
tell myself as well to travel, see the world, um, and just like you said, do everything that you wanted to do prior to settling down, and not necessarily because you have to be wild, but to actually just to be out there and enjoy and be able to experience something to have not only just for yourself but to show your children and then also so that you can grow as a person and to really truly find your purpose because it's crazy that it takes us till we're about 40, 38,
Hmm.
40 years old to really start to move and live in our purpose. So again, being curated on purpose is I think it's very strategic as well.
Let me tell you something that's crazy when I say this. Like I was telling my kids, I've probably been to DC probably 20 times, and I've never did any tourist stuff. The whole time, all my I went to Cancun at 21, so I did all of this stuff, but I was always partying. There was never a purpose behind everything. We were just going to party and chase women. You know what I'm saying? So crazy. Like put a condom on, lock up. You know what I'm saying? And go chase your dream. I like their answer though. Love is gonna be there. It's gonna come for you. So with with you telling your younger self this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your daughter, what's her name again?
Journey.
Journey. Okay. What do you tell Journey if Journey wants or Jace, right? Jace.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell them if they like, hey mom, I want to go to school in China or I want to go to school in California. How does Candace let her babies go? Say Journey says I want to because I like the name. Say she says, I want to go to China. And the kid has a friend that teaches English over in China. So what
Mm-hmm.
if she said, you know what, I want to go teach English in China. Your 20-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Because she'll go
Yeah.
to school here and now
Mm-hmm.
she'll go abroad, but then she gets over like, you know what, I want to live there. So what do you do? Do you encourage that, Candace? Now think about this. I know this is not being recorded. This has been recorded, but it's not going to go on the podcast unless you put this on there.
Oh no, we're definitely gonna put it because it's gonna
What?
be something crazy.
Yeah. So how do you do that? And then even with Jace, how do you do that? Like as a mother, because those are your cubs,
For
right?
real. Mm-hmm.
Where Drew may be, I don't know though, because I'm not in your house. So he may encourage Jace more than Journey because that's his baby girl. You know what I mean? He don't want to let her go. But I think that's the biggest thing with parents. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll push all mine out the door. Like go, if you got to come back, come back. But please go see the world because I know what I wanted to do and I didn't do it.
It's funny
So
that you say that. It's funny because right now we are in that transition of Journey's a senior in high school. What I think has been beneficial for me though is that she is in dual credit at the community college, so it starts to bring her like independence a little more than I think a regular high school student, a typical high school student would be. She rides the city bus sometimes to school, or she rides at home. She sets her own at this point. She sets up her own appointments if she needs some help with something, if she needs something with the disabilities office or whatever support she may need. She knows how to advocate for herself. Mm-hmm. So as a mom, it makes me very, very proud that she can do those things for herself. So I've had a hard time with this whole transition. I talk to my therapist and probably cry every time we talk about it. Why? Mm-hmm. Because I pray for my children. I have 2 kids, of course, but I had difficult pregnancies. Okay. So I tried to enjoy every moment. I could pull out something like, oh, you remember this? Or, oh, we did this. Or if it's a game night or anything fun like that. So what I really am hoping that I've instilled in them is that to do whatever you want to do, because you only get this life once, and these years are flying by. Mm-hmm. So take advantage of the opportunities that are available to you. I told Journey that I wanted her to. I encouraged her to do dual credit, but when I said it, it was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna stay with my friends. But when our therapist said it, she was like, oh, okay, I want to do dual credit. I've already did this. We just got to do my interview, blah blah blah. And so it sometimes comes from other people. It takes a tribe. It takes a team. Mm-hmm. And one thing, Steve, that you showed me and taught me was that with all of the serial entrepreneurial things that I've always dig into, you say it takes a team to have a dream. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so Journey has a team. So I know that whatever she does, she's going to be amazing because she knows how to advocate and find that support. So if she said that she wanted to go to China, I'm going to cry a little bit. But I'm going to tell her, make a plan how we're going to get to China.
Okay. Yeah.
And I never want to clip my baby's wings. So if they want to go to China or if they want to go to California, yeah, I might feel a little type of way about it. All I can say is let me just go ahead and stack my coins because I'm coming to see you.
Yeah.
Because I asked her, I said, so when you go to college and you are not in my house anymore, unless breaks and stuff like that, I said, what is too much calling? Like, how do I fix that? Because I mean, I was 23 years old when Journey was born.
Okay.
So with that being said, that was a lot of my adulthood. Mm-hmm. So she's always been here, right? Mm-hmm. 23, you really are probably 18 in your mind, but
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Right. And so we were already married, but still like she's always been here. So to think of a day that I've got to pack her up and take her to college and leave her there is going to be hard. But it'll be also rewarding. That's why I had to switch it because I was like, I'm going to be so sad because that's my baby. It's my baby girl. Yes, I have a son, but that's my baby girl. Like, you're going to leave me here with these men folk. And it's just going to be me, Drew, Jace, and the dog. Like, that's my girl. So it's going to be hard, but I know it's going to be worth it. And I know that she told me that I can call a few times a week, but she'll call me when she wants to every day if she wants. So I'm going to kind of leave that ball in her court. So whatever endeavor they want to do, wherever they want to go, even in anything, even now, me and Daddy always going to show up there. We're going to be there. We're going to support you through it, whatever it is. So if you want to go to China, that's far. But I'm going to come see you. I'm going to see you, and I'm going to root you on the whole way. Because, there was times that people doubt you, and they say, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you won't be able to do that. Anything that they put their minds to, if you make a plan, you can do it. And I'm going to let them do whatever they need to do. Now, my son, of course, he's 13 now. Can you believe he's 13?
That's wild. They grow so fast, like you said.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 13 and he speaks his mind, and he's told me, and you got to really listen to your kids and see what they're really saying. He said, I don't want to go to college. Okay. Well, if you don't want to go to college, you got to have a trade. You got to have something under your belt. You can't just be like living here. You got to go. And even if it was that he just wanted to work, he could do that. But I still would really make sure that he got a trade or something that can help. But what the blessing is from where we are now, from where technology is now, and everything, and where it was when we were their ages is crazy. So there are so many digital opportunities out there that they don't really have to go to school.
That's true.
College is something that I think is a great tool for two things: either to help you move forward or to give you debt. Okay. So if you're not ready, don't go. Go get a trade, do something, but you got to have a plan. We can't just be sitting there idle, because guess what? Idle hands is the devil's playground, and we ain't gonna play with that. So I think that is important as a mother, and even I'm sure from a male perspective, which I don't have. I'm sure it's important for us to let our children grow and just let them know that we support them no matter what decision they make. Now, we don't always gotta agree. But support, it takes nothing to support.
Right. Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
I like that.
Yeah. So that subject for me is very, very touchy, because again, I'm in that place of transition of like, man. So when I was like, Journey, we're gonna have to start, collecting up your college dorm stuff, and she's like, do we have to talk about that right now? Like, she's not. She makes it like she's ready to run, but deep down, I think it's a transition for everybody.
Have y'all picked a school?
So she did pick Kentucky State University.
Okay. All right.
However, she's kind of on the fence still, just from things that have happened, but not just to happen. But she does have people positive in her life that says, "Hey, don't let that one thing change your decision. If you want to go there, you go there." Because guess what? What's happened at Kentucky State has happened at the University of Kentucky. What's happened in California? So we can't let one incident or incidents happen change the trajectory of what we want to do with our lives. So I'm if she says yes, that's where we're going, then that's where we're going. But definitely her at this time, I think that her options are still open.
Okay. Yeah. Jazz moved back home after the first semester.
Wow. Okay. She didn't like it.
She just didn't like her roommates.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, roommates in college, that's a difficult place. Because you're trying to figure out who you are, they're trying to figure out who they are. Your mama taught you this, their mama didn't teach them that. And then you're trying to I had a hard time with roommates. Drew is probably the only roommate that I've had that I've kept.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, we've been roommates for what? 20 about 21 years almost.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, because we'll be married in June. 20 years. Wow. But it is. So yeah, he's probably the only one that I kept around. I mean, I had some crazies. Yeah. So I understand why she moved home. But definitely, because what also kids need to know is that, yes, it seems like, okay, yeah, we're adults. We get out there. Okay, it didn't work out that way because I didn't like my roommate. But you got to make sure that you still stay focused, because work can wait too. Because once you start working,
you start chasing that
it's
bag.
too much.
Yeah, you start chasing the bag.
Chasing the bag and losing your vision. And like my daughter, she wants a job right now. She has begged to get a job, and I will not let her.
That's good. That's good, Candace. That's good.
And the reason that I won't let her is not because she's not capable. It's because that's not the goal right now. Let's make sure we get everything we're doing done. Really, after school, there's literally like 4 or 5 hours left in that day before bedtime. So that can be focused on some other things. And then once the summer comes, she can have a job. But right now, your focus, you're in dual credit. You got things you're trying to do and goals you're trying to reach. So I think right now, I worked in high school, but I think when you work in high school, it's great for some because it keeps them out of trouble. But for others, I feel that it can be a crutch too, and it can then blur your vision, and you're not enjoying that time. What?
Yes. No, I'm saying that's me. I worked in high school and quit school, dropped out of school.
I worked at Kmart. Popeyes. Got fired from Skyline Chili. My sister almost went in there and got them
You got
people, but
fired from a job, Candace?
my first job.
Wow. Listen, I got fired only from one job, and I had a ton of jobs. I only got fired from one job in life, and the reason why I got fired, stupid, ride with one of my old guys, and we drinking, working for Value City, drinking liquor. Like, how how we thought we was gonna get away with it. And I'm listening to him. If you drink this vodka, they're not gonna be able to smell it on you or whatever. And we over there drinking vodka, riding in the Value City truck. We got
Wow.
fired soon. We got fired soon as we got back to work.
And I think that was appropriate. Mine was not that reason. My reason for getting fired was I didn't catch on fast enough.
Okay.
So I didn't memorize the menu as quick as they thought I should have, or
Wow.
knew what the amount of cheese that you have to have in a baggie to have ready for the chili.
Okay. Okay.
So if they're like, "Oh, Candace, what comes on the three-way?" and I'm like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
that's also because there was a learning curve that I wasn't aware that was happening. With ADHD, I have to stop and wait and
Mm-hmm.
process. It's a different processing, but people expect you to all learn the same, and it's not. That's
Mm-hmm.
not what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I got fired, got another job. It was fine. I did work throughout high school, which makes you miss like games, which I really wasn't into. But even if it was hanging out at the game, those type of members, I think that you lose when you drive when you work so much and chasing that money. Now, some households need somebody else to work because maybe we are trying to make it together.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, then I think it's for me in my household. I don't think it's necessary. So yes. So with that being said, let's do another. Finish the sentence. This is great, Steve. Let's see.
All righty.
Um, let's see. Okay. So the next question, well, the next finish the sentence would be the lesson I learned the hard way was.
The lesson I learned the hard way. Ego. Ego. Don't let your ego get in the way. So, when like I said, I was earlier. I was saying that I used to sell sneakers. So I was owner of a sneaker store, and so me and Nakia, man, she's my guardian angel. So Nakia came to me and she was like, "Steven, what do you really want to do?" So I was like, "I want to open a concert venue." So we wrote this business plan together, and she pitched it to the investor and got me like $1 million loan. Well, I
Wow.
had got into some trouble and got the money taken away. So they didn't take all the money, but they took like 600,000 and put it in escrow. And so they gave me 400,000, and somehow I worked my way back up to $1 million to open this place. And so I felt like God shut it down, but He showed me and Nakia what we can do if we work together. But here goes the ego part. So me and my business partner, who was my brother, we fell out over some words, right? And so I was out trying to work this business deal for this concert venue, and he came back and he's like, "Oh, so you can't run this business, but you're trying to run another business or whatever." So I was like, "You know what? Since you got so much mouth, you can buy me out." And so I had this $1 million loan before I got into trouble. I had this $1 million loan, and I'm like, "Well, you can buy me out because I got this $1 million, and I'm going to go open this concert venue." And we had all these things lined up. And I think the fact that I walked away from a multi-million-dollar business and let pride and ego get in the way, I didn't get my right compensation. And maybe I should have never left. But I can honestly say today that I probably should have left. And I like how God broke me completely all the way down because of ego. But if I would have never left, I would have never birthed Sterling Roses.
Wow.
So, but ego, just because if I had a clearer head, I could have, maybe I wouldn't have snapped on them. But even if the buyout probably would have been a little bit more proper than what it should have been, But ego, yeah,
Wow.
it's ego's tough.
It is. Ego, for me, I'd say stubbornness. I'm very stubborn. And then on a previous podcast, one of my guests was talking about disappointment. So we were talking about not just disappointment, but it was about one feeling that you like tried to hide, kind of keep like so that you would be okay. And so in so many words, she was saying that it was disappointment. So if somebody disappointed her, she acted like it didn't bother her. And it really resonated with me. I was like, man, that might be me a little bit. So disappointment, it act like it didn't bother you, but then the way that we flipped it on the flip side is we then become hyper independent. So what happens is because you're disappointed, the hyper independence causes you to think, you know what, I don't need nobody, I'll figure it out, I'll do it by myself. When I met you, Steve, in that store, well, no. Once I worked for you for that time in that store, I didn't know why I was there, but God showed me why I was there because God needed you to download some things into my spirit that I wasn't aware of. So just like I said, I always remember you saying, in order to have a dream, you must have a team. And so at that moment in my life, I was very hyper independent. I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this book, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this with no team. And it wasn't because I wanted to be stubborn. It's not because I wanted to do it on my own. But then it comes back to that disappointment.
Preach, Pastor.
Don't show off today.
No,
Anyway.
you preach it. Let me, before we go any farther, let me just break down that disappointment. Like, I never even thought about that. Like, even me having to close the store in the mall, just the disappointment. I feel like I let myself down. I let the community down and children and everything because I felt like that I needed to be, and I should have left the mall a long time ago, but I felt like I needed to be in the mall because I need to show little black kids that they can, right? And so the fact that I had to go back and drive a garbage truck and then I was like so disappointed in myself, and I'm like, but here comes the independence part. Well, I got to get these clothes out. So, but me being disappointed, I didn't even do nothing for over a year. Didn't do nothing because I was just so disappointed in myself.
It break you all the way down.
Yeah, and so then I come out, I'm complaining about my job one day, and Nakia says, I don't know, and she hit me with something that I would do with her. She's like, I don't know why you complaining for, you control your destiny. And I was like, oh, it's time for me to get off my butt. And so I've been pushing ever since. And so now I have to make time, right? And then now as I make time, I got to build a team. And so maybe my thing of building a team now, and this is going to be a little nugget I'm going to drop on you, Candace.
Okay.
And your people. My team now may be me linking with other Christian clothing brand owners outside of the state and doing some things and go network with them and learn from them. And you should do that with your podcast or with your book or whatever, because people out of state tend to be more helpful with information because you're not stealing their money because you're not in their state, right? Where in state they might feel like you're stealing their audience.
That gatekeeping.
Yeah. Well, it ain't even know so much as gatekeeping. It's so much as you don't know how hard I work for this.
The competition, the competition of it. It's their bait.
And the bad thing about competition, there's no such thing as competition unless we're playing sports, because
we can all eat.
Yes, if you look outside your door, right? If you look outside your door, you're gonna see a Toyota, a Kia, a Honda, a Lexus, a Nissan, And then if you look at that, and then everybody got different tires. So all these tire companies and all these cars, like Toyota is not worried about the Honda Accord.
Not at all. Not at all.
They gonna keep on making their 300,000 cars a year, right? Or whatever the production is, and keep it moving. They not like, ooh, Nissan put out 500,000 cars, so we gotta put out. No, if their line can only hold 300,000 cars a year, they're gonna put them out because those 300,000 is gonna sell.
Right.
And then we on to the next year. So that's the thing about our people. Like, we always feel like it's hard to, like you said, the gatekeeping is hard to help somebody because we don't want them to do better than us. But the thing is we always got to pull somebody up. That's what Christ does, right?
Yeah.
The sacrifice.
Yeah, and that reminds me of another thing that you told me. I'm telling you, I could probably write a what Steve says segment. But then there was also, just like you were talking about, like being with other like-minded people, whatever your venture is, podcasting or clothing brand or whatever it is, joining together and trying to, make a movement, because I learned that even on other social media platforms, I've had crazy support that I never have felt sometimes here because somebody else is trying to do it, right? But one thing that you taught me or told me was, you don't have to invent the wheel, Candace.
Yes.
The wheel's already been invented.
Yes.
Just put your twist, put the Candace on it, put your taste to it.
Yeah.
So, and those type of things, those type of life lessons, sometimes we don't know because we don't ask, or we don't have somebody right there in that moment. So in that few months that I worked with you, I would tell you that those types of nuggets and those types of things that you told me, they have stuck. Mm-hmm. They've stuck. I'm like, man, that's my brother Steve, because he said, I ain't got to invent the wheel. I need a team, and keep pushing it and market it and making sure. So you can't just make something and leave it. You got to make it and push it. It's your baby. You're not gonna have a baby. Push a baby out, or however you get the baby, and you hold it. You be like, okay, I'm gonna lay it down. It'll grow. If you if you have an infant and you lay that baby down, it'll grow. Is it gonna thrive?
Right.
It's gonna start missing milestones. It's gonna start missing anything in life, because guess what? It wasn't nurtured. It wasn't loved on. It wasn't hugged on. So just like anything in our lives, I've learned, especially like I said from you, is that you just can't have a baby. You got to nurture that baby. You got to give that thing. You got to hold on to that thing, and you got to take it and make it grow. But again, guess what? Even with that baby, here's that other part that you were telling me is, even with that baby that you have, guess what? It takes a village. Somebody can help you with your baby, help you raise your baby, because guess what? They already raised their kids. Mm-hmm. So just a piece of advice or a piece of something or some type of workshop, it's okay to build that brand, build that thing, and just know that it's not the Candace show. It's not the show.
You just dropped something in my spirit. You don't even know what you just did right here. You just lit something up. Listen to this. Is something so simple that we never even thought of, mm-hmm. right? On how, I don't care what nobody says. Everybody needs encouragement, right? You have 2 children. When they was learning how to walk and they fell, what was the first thing you said to them? What's the 2 words?
That's okay. You can do it, or something,
Get up.
Get up. Come on, get up. You're right.
Yeah.
Get up.
Keep going. You got this. Get up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get up. Try it again. Take one more step. Get up. Think about this. We all have to get up. Mm-hmm. At some point in time in life, we have to get up. So whether, when your space, my space, we have to get up. And so we have to get up where we get around other people and they say, hey, Candace, I like what you're doing, but get up.
Get up.
Hey, Steve, I like what you're doing, but get up. And so a person that's in Paris can tell me to get up. Well, a person right here might not be able to tell me to get up because they never seen what I'm doing to tell me to get up.
Right. Wow, that's good. That's real good. Just sit in there for a minute, because wow.
Yeah, get up. I was like,
get up. You might have your baby might be born, and your baby needs learning how to walk, like you said. Mm-hmm. but your baby fell down. Okay, get on up. Come on, you can't just stay there. You gotta get up.
Mm-hmm.
So for somebody listening, get up. It's time to move. Time to work. Get up. If you wanna partner together, holler at me so we can both get up, right? Because if I
Yeah,
hold you up,
that's my theme for 2026. Get up.
get up. Yes, that's dope right there. Okay, right now, God is teaching me.
Mm. Mm. That I need to be hot. Me and my homeboy was having this conversation not too long ago about being lukewarm or hot or cold, and I never heard a pastor break this down to me. And after he broke this down to me, I was like, "Bro, why are you not preaching?" But anyways, he was like, "Steven, the thing about you knowing the difference between cold or hot tells me that you know right from wrong." And he was like, okay, because I was talking to him about me not being in my word I've came to a point where the phone has been my resource, right? Mm-hmm. But I've never read my phone and been like, okay, let me go research this and see what the Bible's talking about or this. I've never read a scripture in my phone and started crying. There's been times when I was turning them pages and I see something and I'm like, okay, I got to thumb back to this, see what this coordinates mean, what this word, what it's trying to say. And there's been times I read it and I get so excited I want to share it with somebody or put it on Instagram. Like I used to do this thing called Nightcap, and then I'd be reading my word and I screenshot this maybe 2 or 3 scriptures for people to feed on overnight, right? Mm-hmm. Or there's been times I get in and I read it and then I just like, oh my gosh, and just start crying, just because like what was going on and the growth and the challenges and everything. Mm-hmm. So just being God, I need to get back more on fire for God. That's the biggest thing right there.
Yep. Same. We definitely got to make sure that we know where, because he's our source.
Absolutely.
And if there was an affirmation this girl said one time about I am the source because I'm plugged into the source.
Go ahead.
So with that plug, I mean, you have no power unless you plug into the source, right?
Yeah.
So definitely that's important. I think we got
guys and girls. I know it's easy reading that Bible on your phone, but sometimes we have to take time and sit down at the table.
That's the truth. That's just like these kids learning in school. So, with COVID, all they were doing was, or just even after, they were using Chromebooks. Everybody got a Chromebook. Nobody's writing. Nobody's reading for real. They just using a Chromebook. They can't spell because they use a spell check. They can't, or just how to study. If I'm looking at a computer and I'm trying to figure out this answer, you got to flip through all these tabs and you got to do all these things. But sometimes we got to get back to the basics.
Absolutely.
So I was so excited when my son brought home a packet of paper saying, if there's snow days, this is what we're supposed to be working on. Versus, here, let's get this Chromebook out and watch a video or two and write a sentence or two. No, we got to, even with anything, sometimes we got to stop trying to be so extra and get back to the basics. The basics of why. So, that's dope. That's real dope. Okay, I think we got one more question in us. Let's see. Okay, this is going to be a good one. I stay motivated even during hard seasons by remembering.
I think we were you mentioned some money and the detail of the conversations on when you introduced the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. I stay motivated because I think one Black Friday, I think I don't even remember what we did, but it's maybe small scale to other people, but I think Black Friday we did let's say the whole weekend we probably did close to $20,000 over the weekend. And so, and it's not even about the money part. It's the people that came in and supported the brand. So I stay motivated because of the support. I stay motivated because I love, like last night, we went to a 50th birthday party. And then after the birthday party, I went and met my guy and got me some chicken wings. But just want to see, just walking in there and seeing one of the guys having a Soul and Roses hoodie on from when I had the kiosk, right? A few months ago, and I'm smiling when I say this. A few months ago, I was at Swahili's, and I looked, and this lady had on. I'm talking about one of the white original Soul and Roses tees that I haven't did in probably 3 years, and that thing was pearly white, and so I stay motivated because I love what God gave me, and I love putting clothes on people.
And guess what? Soul and Roses is not a thing of the past. It is the future. It is not a phase. I mean, listen, Soul and Roses is for real dope. You know, like it may feel like sometimes it's on the back burner, but it's in the forefront. There's nothing like it. Like it really isn't. And so like I love it. We love it. And it's not because it's you. Well, I mean, I'm sure you play part of it because you are the face. But I'm telling you, like, the things that God gives you are awesome. Like, there was a shirt that I bought one time, and I can tell you, I really didn't like it, okay? But I cut it up, and I put my little own something on it, but it still had your words on it, and I love that shirt, you know? So, like, anything that you put your hands to, God is blessing. He's blessing it. He's blessing it. And don't quit. Let us not get distracted by these corporate jobs that we have to have right now because we got to take care of our families. But we have to keep going and keep speaking life to those things. And my thing that I'm saying is my goal, and it's gonna happen, is I'm going to make money while I sleep. I will not no longer have to be at a desk. My work can go wherever I am if I needed to go. So, Steve, stay focused. Stay positive. Keep that smile, even when you're hurting. Keep that smile, because we're proud of you. We're proud of you. Your community is proud of you. I'm telling you, I have worn, and it's not even, I rep the brand because I love the brand, but I wear it so much because I have so much, and I'm like, they're like, oh, that's a nice shirt. Where'd you get that? Oh, my dude, no, this is Drew. That ain't me. My dude, Steve, he made that for me. And, you know, so, yeah, we might have to get together and do some type of something, you know, like, because I was like, what's next with the podcast? Oh, we got to get some merch out.
Yeah.
We got to get some merch out. So, you never know. Soul and Roses might be curated on purpose. You just never know what God is up to and what he can do. So with that being said, this has been amazing, like for real amazing. I want people to know how they can actually find you or connect with you or what you have going on currently.
Okay. Yeah, so we Soul and Roses, Instagram and Facebook, Soul and Roses Steve on Facebook. Right now, I'm just moving the merch on the Facebook and Instagram hand to hand. Just reach out to me. The website's under construction at this point in time, so we're going to clean that up. Me and the kids been talking, so we're thinking about opening another location because, you know, retail is where the heart is. But I also need to be able to move around because the brand is bigger than Lexington.
It is.
And so that's the thing. And just right now, just been hustling some sweatsuits because it's cold right now. And so got a nice little 3-color combo right now. Got the brown, the gray, and the black on black. So just been hustling those. And going to be doing a pop-up soon. I'm going to be talking to my man, Matt. And so I'm going to be doing a pop-up sometime in February at his Motion Sneakers. And that's pretty much it right there for as far as that.
So if people wanted to connect with you, the best way to connect to you right now is on Facebook?
Yep, Facebook or Instagram.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'll make sure to post that as well. You should also think about maybe like a TikTok shop. That'd be dope.
You know, it takes a team.
Hey, and a dream.
Yeah.
but here's the thing: it's always a thought.
Yes, yes, yes.
So definitely something that could, I don't know, could stir up. You never know. And also there can be ambassadors too. But definitely, that's something we can talk about offline. We could definitely work on that. But so again, he can be found on Facebook, Instagram. Things are in the works. So guess what? Don't sleep on Soul and Roses, because Soul and Roses is not sleep. It's well awake. And those words alone, I'm over knocking stuff over. The words alone are enough just to make a conversation. So with that being said, do you have any final words that you would like to leave with our listeners?
Yes. Any dream that you have, please pursue it. Don't let nothing stand in your way. It's going to always be challenges. You know, it's going to be dips and there's going to be speed bumps, but it's going to be always going to be some more highs than lows. So whatever your dream is, fulfill it, try, don't give up, and keep going.
Great. So this conversation was powerful. If it challenged you, encouraged you, or made you think differently, that's on purpose. Remember, growth doesn't happen by accident. This is about the mindset, the discipline, and the decisions that matter. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to follow, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Until next time, stay grounded, stay intentional, and always, always live on purpose.